Angel. How are you doing today?
I watched the next episode of House of the Dragon, episode 6.
Ooh, any fighting?
Not fighting, but there were dragons. You want to see dragons,
Ooh.
Mom?
Yes, of course I want to see dragons.
So, you remember how last episode you heard that Rhaenyra was going to try to find people with Targaryen blood to ride a dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she found out that one of her Queen's Guard grandmother's grandmother was a Targaryen princess. So
Ooh,
she's like, hey, you want to try to ride a dragon? And he's like, hell yes. Not paraphrased, not
yes.
it was a lot more serious, but yeah.
Yeah,
So-
because the dragon can refuse you too. And
Oh yeah.
right on the spot.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of like what the deal is?
Yep. So you want
So they either accept you or kill you.
Mhm. It's a
No
risk.
pressure.
No pressure. You want to see it?
Okay, we have a man standing in here.
Yeah,
oh my God, is
He's the Queen's Guard that is going to try.
he looks a tad nervous.
Just a bit.
Why are you reaching for your sword? The dragon's not gonna like that.
Yeah, that's Seasmoke.
Oh, what's this dragon's name?
Seasmoke.
Seasmoke?
Yes.
Ooh.
This used to be her previous husband's dragon, Rhaenyra's.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. And it's a big one. Not super big, but nice.
Not as big as Vhagar.
Beautiful. Go. Oh, wow. Come on, chicken. Approach the dragon. Somehow it looks too easy. Are they going to barbecue him at the last minute? That would be so Game of Thrones. And they get your hopes up, and at the last minute, no, I was just hungry. I like knights. They have those soft, juicy scissors. Once I crunch up all their armor. Did this guy look more of like a chicken?
Mom, it's a dragon! Cut him some slack!
I knew it. It was too true.
Yeah.
He was interested, but then he looked like too much of a chicken. If he would have walked up there boldly, the dragon might have accepted him. But he goes, no, this guy's too much of a chicken. That's worth dying for.
Like, you get it, why he made that risk. It's like, yeah, it's a dragon.
Yeah, but then when it said, okay, let's go, and then you...
Mom,
you're
you gotta cut him some slack. That's a dragon, okay?
I know, but...
The super predators of super predators.
they told you had to... they told you have to show bravery, or they're never going to accept you. And he...
All right, so you want another time code? I'm gonna
Yes.
It's very quick, but it will melt your heart, which is why we're.
Okay, where?
There's a wild dragon that's burning up the countryside there.
Aren't all dragons kind of wild?
No, like it doesn't have a rider, and it's not living with the Targaryens, right? It's not one of their dragons. It's just a dragon that's flying around.
He's free range.
Yeah. And look at the baby dragon.
Oh my goodness! Who had the baby?
Those are Rhaenyra's younger children. Those are those baby dragons for. That's it. But I had to show it to you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So that guy, he is the bastard of a Valyrian, so he has Valyrian blood. I'm just letting you know.
Wow. Okay. So that guy has Valyrian blood, and there's a dragon.
That is
that a wild one?
No, that's Seasmoke, the one that just burned up Queen's Guard. In fact, he did it like probably yesterday. It's like right afterwards.
Oh wow! But dragons know which ones have. So, wait a minute, he's going after that guy.
Yeah.
So he has Valyrian blood.
He absolutely does.
I guess the dragon decided it does want a rider, but he's going to choose his own.
Yep. But this one, it kind of makes sense because this is someone who's basically the half-brother of his last rider. So
oh, well, that makes sense.
He doesn't know what the dragon's intentions are.
Oh, he doesn't realize that he could be a dragon rider.
Why would that have occurred to him? He's just being attacked by a dragon.
He's like, okay. I'm sorry.
That's it.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Nice. Oh, so they leave you hanging. They don't let you know if you got him, of course.
Yeah, they tell you. She gets informed in either this scene or like the next scene that Seasmoke's been sighted with someone on top of him. So we know that he did it.
Right. Nice.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
That is awesome. No, the dragon flying up to you like that would be terrifying.
Terrifying. Like, I get it.
Talk about the ultimate compliment, right?
Oh, true.
I'm like, okay, you are worthy to ride on my back. That's about as high praise as it can get.
Yeah. So those were the best parts of that episode, without question.
I completely and totally agree.
Yeah.
Even know what the other parts are, but I don't need to know because anything with the dragon in it is the best part.
Of course. There was some fun stuff, like Aemon talking to a bedridden Aegon, which, is entertaining because he set him on fire.
Yeah. Oops, sorry, bro.
And Daemon started dreaming of Viserys, which I've been waiting for since they started doing the spooky castle Weirwood magic, right? I've been waiting for one of his dreams to be about Viserys, because Viserys was the best part of season 1, and specifically his relationship with his brother, Daemon, was the best part of season 1 for me. And it was nice to see him again, but I feel like they wasted the opportunity. They mostly just reshot scenes between Daemon and Viserys that have already happened. And there's so much built-up tension and resentment and poorly communicated affection twisted together that this was an opportunity to confront that, and they didn't. I don't know if they're, waiting to do that, in a later episode, but I'm like, why are you waiting? We have spent an entire season of him in the spooky castle having weird dreams. Let's move on to something else. Do not stretch it any farther.
Right.
He finally, this episode, after that sequence, was like, something is wrong. Someone is poisoning me or something. I'm like, for God's sake, leave the castle. You should have left the castle months ago. Why are you still in this castle?
Or at least you can replant the Weirwood forest.
I think that bridge has come and gone, Mom.
Yeah, I know. But that would be a nice appeasement.
He doesn't believe in the spooky Weirwood magic. He thinks he's being poisoned.
Ah, okay.
But, it was a theme of this episode. I feel like they had great setups for scenes that were underplayed, right? Even the Aemon and Aegon scene, it wasn't quite as great as I wanted it to be. It was a small gripe. They were good. They were all good scenes. It was just, they were not as great as I thought they were going to be. I don't know. That's a small gripe, though. A gripe that's growing with every episode is Rhaenyra's plot. And I know I've been saying this every episode. I'm like a bell that never stops ringing. But they have no idea what to do with her. Almost all the scenes that don't involve dragons on her end boil down to, my council doesn't respect me, I feel useless, and then she does something reckless that doesn't pan out, and then they just rinse and repeat for 6 episodes. All of this would be fine, but the writing is constantly taking her side. If this was like Aegon or Aemon, they would make it clear when she's being unreasonable. But instead, they filled the council with straw men and give her constant scenes of frustrations, the tone of yeah, girl, you're right, they are holding you back. And I feel that's unbalanced. When Aegon, It's like when Aegon is like, oh, I want to go to war with my dragon, it's written as clearly that's a bad idea. right?
Right.
But the tone is different when Rhaenyra says the same thing. It's like she says the same thing and everyone's like, no, you shouldn't do that. But the writing makes it feel like they're holding her back. I'm like, what are you talking about? I know it's a side effect from it being from, like, her side of the story is being told from her perspective. Like, she's the main character of it. So the scenes take her point of view, and it's a side effect of that. But it's driving me crazy. Even the one smart thing she's done this season hasn't been her idea. There's this woman that used to be Daemon's lover, but is now this, like, peddler of secrets that's working for Rhaenyra. So she creates unrest in King's Landing, because King's Landing is starving, because Rhaenyra has been blockading their port for the whole season.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then they sent food to the small folk on small ships. Rhaenyra's sent, like, small, almost like canoe boats into the water with food. And, of course, that really helped the sentiment toward her in the city. So the city is kind of rioting a little bit, which, you know, it was smart. It was a good idea. But, you know, it was from this character, Mysaria. I like her character on paper. I unfortunately, I don't feel like the actor is bringing it.
Okay.
Like, Maddie and I have been talking about that. It just, she's not quite selling it for me. And I feel bad about that because I think the character has a lot of potential. It's just, it doesn't feel natural. I'm not buying it.
Right.
Also, Rhaenyra and the peddler of secrets lady, Mysaria, are lovers now, which very George R. R. Martin. But the way the scene was blocked was so awkward. Like, the lead up made it feel like they were getting together because of their mutual dislike of specific men, and Daemon in particular, which is... Yes, I know.
Okay, so that doesn't make any sense. It is not natural.
Well, yeah, it's such an uninspired way to generate passion. I started giggling because all I could think of was this officially makes Daemon Mako from Legend of Korra. It's a guy that's so bad at being a lover, his lovers turn to each other. I mean, there are interesting directions that could go, but I don't. Again, I don't feel. I'm not buying
chemistry. There's not buying it.
Yeah. It was just the way they were blocking that scene. Like, they had them be in the middle of a big room. It was very vulnerable. It didn't feel
intimate. Or passionate. Or...
It was pretty awkward. I just like, what? I mean, like, you could have blocked this way better. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's such a simple thing that could have been fixed. You know, it's unfortunate because I think that character is interesting on paper. It's just the writing around her is a little bit weird, and I don't think the actor is selling it, unfortunately.
Right.
I don't know. We have 2 episodes left. I don't know what point in the book they're gonna stop the story at, so we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Honey, well, thank you for showing me the dragon sections.
Of course.
I so appreciate that.
I've got your back, Mom. I've got your back.
You love me.
I do.
Okay, Angel.
All
Have
right.
a great day.
You too.